All right, here's a video though I do want to check out. This is called "Why I Don't Watch Japanese TV." Let's check this out.
Salted egg flavour potato chips.
That sounds disgusting.
It should work, but it doesn't. You might be thinking, oh, it must be nice, a kind of savoury, salty flavour. But in fact, it tastes like somebody dropped a bag of sugar over some potatoes, and the end result is disappointment.
Hell no.
This was supposed to be my reward for a job well done today on my 1980s Japanese living room, which I've spent all afternoon working on.
Bro, 1980s Japanese living room, kind of hard. Also, one question. Do you guys prefer sweet or savory? Sweet or savory? What do you guys prefer? I personally am a savory man. I'm a savory man. Savory man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be banging out some savory stuff. Anything salty? Anything like that? Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Sweet? I like sweets sometimes. But it's like very rare. And sometimes I'll be on kind of like a, you know what I'm saying? Sweet savory, sweet savory, sweet. You know what I'm saying? I think I have lost my sweet tooth as I've gotten older. I agree. I feel like I agree. But personally, I feel like I also feel like I never really had like a sweet tooth. You know? My sister loves sweets, bro. And she loves sweets, bro. She be banging out some sweets, bro. She probably eat a whole cake by herself. You know what I'm saying? Probably eat a whole bag of sugar just off the rip. That's cool. You know? That's tight. Me personally, I'm a savory man. You know? Also, kind of funny thing about me is that when I was a child, right? When I was a kid, I didn't eat meat until I was like 11 years old. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I was vegetarian. I didn't even know what vegetarian was. I just didn't fuck with meat. I was just like, that came from an animal, bro? Hell no. I ain't trying to fuck with that. Now, I eat my steak bloody as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I just had to develop into the carnivorous, monstrous beast that I am today. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Then meat came and changed my life. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Last night the meat it changed my life." Okay, hold on, pause. Jeez, pause. Wait. Actually, nah, I ain't even scared. It's 2022. Last night the meat it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Last night the meat it changed my life on the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just a fun fact about me. Not the one you know.
It's a reward that now feels somewhat redundant. Nevertheless, check out the actual working retro television in the corner over there. Admittedly, when I did plug it in earlier, I did think, I hope it doesn't show real Japanese television, because nobody deserves to watch that. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, now right about now you might be thinking, wait a minute, did you just say bad things about Japanese television? Japanese TV's amazing.
Okay, first of all, that was an amazing hook. That was an amazing beginning of a video. What the heck? This man's actually built a little 1980s Japanese living room and then green screened himself into the Japanese 1980s living room and then kicked himself out and zoomed out, and he was in real. Yeah, it was hard. That was hard.
Amazing, and I hate anyone who says otherwise.
I like the video already.
Takeshi's Castle, the game show where people
bro, Takeshi's Castle?
For our amusement.
Oh, yo, Takeshi's Castle, bro. Did y'all watch it? I know y'all watched this on like G4 back in the day, bro. I used to watch the heck out of this. I used to remember like falling halfway asleep to this and be like, and then for some reason just like being like shaken back awake by the Inuyasha ending. And I'm like, how the heck did I go from G4 to Cartoon Network or Adult Swim when I was asleep? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the anime fairies were changing the channel, and they were like, we have to implant anime into this man's brain now. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, it worked because we saw the anime badges. You know what I'm saying? I stopped watching G4 when it stopped being about video games. Dang, that's facts. I think it's a lot of people. Honestly. I think that's why G4 crashed, you know? I personally stopped watching G4 whenever there was no more Olivia Munn. When there was no more Olivia Munn, I was Olivia Dunn. You know what I'm saying? I was out there.
Or what about the show where the guy eats a door handle? An actual door handle. And he eats it. It's probably the best thing I've ever seen. A hilarious act that probably wouldn't go down very well anymore. But what if one of the greatest myths about Japan to the outside world is that Japanese TV is actually good? Because While people falling over in the mud or eating door handles is undeniably great entertainment, I can't deny that. Unfortunately, the reality is quite the opposite. Now, over the years, by virtue...
That is kind of true, though, because we do be kind of getting, like, very specific shows, right? We do be getting, like, very specific shows, like, when it comes to, like, Japanese television. You don't be seeing everything. Because there's a lot of shite fucking American shows. There's a lot of motherfucking ugly ass shows. I personally don't even watch TV period anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a lot of the case for a lot of people. It's like most of the content. I even me saying content tells you how little TV I watch, right? Because it's like most of the stuff that I consume for entertainment is YouTube, is anime, or it's like streamed. So like streaming stuff. Like, for example, I recently started The Boys, and I'm on season 2 right now. Great show. I love it. I'm, like, addicted already. But that is probably the closest I get to television, right? Like, I'll go, like, my mom will be, like, watching television, and then like, I'll be just, like, I'll, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll look for a second. I'll, like, look for a second, and then I'm, like, and then a commercial comes on, and I'm, like, you don't have YouTube Premium? And she's, like, oh, no, this is television. And I'm, like, wait. People still watch that shit? I thought that was a joke. You know what I'm saying? The Inuyasha ending woke everyone up in a 1 mile block radius. It was so fucking loud. That is facts. That is mad facts. The most recent season is the best. Okay, you're telling me that? You're telling me that? You're telling me that? I'm listening. I'm listening, right? You're telling me that, and I'm listening. But all that makes me want to do is in stream right now and watch the rest of it. Like, I literally had to peel myself away from watching the show to start stream today because I missed stream last week. I think I missed both streams last week, and I felt horrible, and that made my video reaction list pile up. So that's why I'm trying to get like these videos out. That's why I'm trying to get these like watch these videos with you guys now, because I'm like, damn, I have all these videos that I want to watch with chat, but I'm slacking, right? Because it's like one of the sacrifices about content creation is that when I wanted to watch a video like this very interesting video that I would have loved to just like watch while working on something on Photoshop. I take a step back, right? I put it in my watch later file, and then I watch it with you guys. Because I love watching videos with chat. It's super fun, right? Also, it's good for content. But yeah.
Having lived here and done this, I've found myself on both sides of the screen, both as a bemused viewer and as a bemused participant.
Are you YouTuber?
This motherfucker was on Japanese TV? Nani saw that? Nani saw that? That motherfucker was on TV. Look at him. That's the dude we just saw in the video. Holy shit.
I am. And I've somehow ended up on TV around half a dozen times, including Japan's biggest morning breakfast show, Mezamashi Terebi, thanks to the horrific behaviour of YouTube supervillain Logan Paul, which we'll get onto in a minute. I've always wanted to make a video talking...
That is one thing I've always wondered. Obviously, Logan Paul is big enough that Japanese people know that he went to the Suicide Force, right? I always wonder, like, how do they feel about it? Because if you guys think about a lot of times when it comes to like racism and a lot of bullshit like that, right? So as a black male, I can speak on this, but sometimes people are like, "Yo, what you did is so fucking racist and unforgivable. You should die." Pause. In a video game, right? But sometimes the people who are supposed to be affected by it don't give a shit, right? It's like I remember as a child, right? Obviously, this is not the best example because there are a lot of things as a kid, like the use of the N-word and a lot of things like that I didn't fully understand or fully grasp, right? But I remember a couple of times growing up, not as a child, but maybe like late high school, right? So we're getting to the part where the internet isn't as completely shite, right? And I remember someone telling me like, "Yo, so and so said this," or said something about like watermelon or something stupid, right? Something very light and stupid, right? First of all, as a black man, I'm never ashamed that I love watermelon because, the watermelon, if you guys didn't know, was actually the first sharecrop for Black Americans back in the day. So like right after slavery, watermelon was like the first sharecrop. It was the first crop that we got to. It was essentially the first way that Black people were making money outside of slavery, like actually making money for themselves, and media and stuff like that the reason they portrayed black people's love in watermelon so much is because they wanted to make it a bad thing that we sold watermelon. They wanted to make it a bad thing that we were making money for ourselves. So they made us want to be ashamed of that, right? But anyways, needless to say, they said something about a watermelon or something very light. You know, it wasn't like, oh, they said the N-word. It wasn't like even anything saying like, oh, you know, black people steal or something stupid, right? It was very light. And I just remember thinking like, who fucking cares? Like, who fucking cares? I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But the Caucasian person, you know, who was telling me about this was like literally 70 times more offended than I was. And I'm like, hey, yo, bro, I'm telling you real quick. If I don't care about this situation, you should care even less. You know what I mean? But it's like that, like white apologetic people. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes racist apologists are worse than like racist people. You know? I've got an OG Adult Swim question for you. Did Pilot Candidate ever have an ending? To be honest, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Pilot Candidate, and if I did, I don't remember that. Is that where they just showed like a bunch of pilots for like upcoming shows? Because I know there was like a show that Adult Swim ran a pilot episode for, and it was by the same dude who made Samurai Jack, and it was about this kind of Primal guy, but not Primal, not the show Primal. It was a pilot before that. And they never confirmed it for an actual show because apparently it was like super expensive to make. But then later on, we got Primal from the same guy. So I think that was that. Hold on, what's up? Let me look at this link real quick. Primal Candidate opening. Let me see. Let's pop it. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, bro. I saw titties and I immediately was like, yo, is this TOS, bro? Am I finna actually... Fuck it. Yo, what the fuck, dude? You just unlocked such a deep memory in my brain. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yo, for real though, this cat lady just, my brain just opened up. It was like, oh my Jesus. Yo, I don't know. I'm really interested. Yo, but also, can we talk about their fits though? Can we talk about these fits? These fits are insane. I would 100% wear this to the club. Yo, hold on. I'm adding this to the watch later playlist because I low-key want to see if we can maybe watch this on stream. That is a fit I would wear. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the further we progress as a society, the closer we just get to wearing anime fits. Especially now anime is cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that you won't get bullied for like anime. Especially now that you won't get a swirly for like an anime. You know what I mean? We need to... I'm gonna look after stream to see if we can find this, like the full episodes of this on YouTube. If you guys already know where we can find the full episodes, please link, and maybe we can watch that on. Maybe we can at least watch the first episode on stream. What's today? Sunday. Next stream should be on Tuesday, right? So maybe we can watch the next episode on stream Tuesday, like the full episode of the first episode.
about those somewhat awkward experiences and breaking down the
Because that shit literally,
find the real
yo,
motivation to do that.
simp, that
Up
shit
until a
really
few weeks
opened up
ago,
like
when
a
the TV
fucking
show here
corridor
aired a
in my
segment
brain.
that
That shit's
beautifully
crazy as fuck.
personified everything wrong with Japanese TV in about 10 seconds. Shrewd TV pundits on one of Japan's biggest channels were discussing why and how the number of cases of COVID-19 was so low in Japan, and a groundbreaking theory was put forward suggesting it's something to do with the Japanese language itself. Was it because the Japanese language is more elegant and softly spoken?
Are we in it? Are we in it? Oh my gosh. That's why, okay, that's why I didn't realize what you were saying whenever you were asking me about it, because I know it as its Japanese name. I know about it. I know it as Megami. Yo. Hold on. I'll make sure this website doesn't give my computer a virus. Yo. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, 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 okay. I need to bookmark this now. Okay, chat. If you have ad block, it should be fine. Yeah, I do. Okay, I have. It's because I'm using Opera GX. Okay, guys. So next stream, remember we're gonna watch this anime, at least the first episode, on stream. We're gonna see it if we like it or not. Okay. So Tuesday, probably around 7-8 p.m. I'll be on stream. All right. Pull up, and we're gonna check this out. All right, here we go. So so Japanese people were talking about how they think that the spread of COVID is less in Japan because of the Japanese language.
Subject stood before a tissue and said the phrase "Koryo pendes," literally, "this is a pen," to measure the exhalation of air and any potential virus-riddled spit as she spoke. Upon speaking the phrase in Japanese, the tissue barely moved, a testament to the refined and superior nature of the language. Next, though, came English, and that's when things got really scary.
This is a pen. A pen.
Bro, it's literally the P. It's literally the P. It's because when she says pendes, she says that. When she says pen, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the fucking thing's gonna move more, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. If you would have said Oriwa pendes, it would have moved the same. Obviously. Come on, my guy.
Sheer destructive force of saying "this is a pen" in English blasted the tissue away. A testament to the crude and abrasive nature of the English language. Cue the reaction from the enthralled commentators stuffed inside a tiny box.
Cigar.
Writing was on the wall for the English language and for the letter P. And I think we can all agree, looking at the results of this objective and meticulous scientific experiment, the results are abundantly clear. Was there a lack of cases in Japan due to the wide adoption of face masks or an absence of mass testing? No, it could only be Koryo pendes, this is a pen. I know for a fact because I've done the experiment myself, so I know it's true. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled bullets. To be honest, I'm as guilty as anyone else of believing that Japanese TV was on another level before I came here. Like a lot of people, I grew up watching reruns of Takeshi's Castle.
Certified GOAT, certified classic. Takashi Castle, certified GOAT television show. But also, I feel like this kind of is a lot when it comes to Japan, right? I feel like this is a lot of things when it comes to Japan because when we go to Japan, like, I have not been to Japan personally, but my girl has, right? She loved it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she's a big Kirby fan, so like, you know, bang, easy money. You just go where Kirby was literally made. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is a lot of things, right? So Japan is so romanticized, you know? Because I even look at pictures of like Japanese streets, right? Like, let's see, Japanese streets. That's not how you spell streets, but I'm glad for Google, right? You look at pictures of Japanese streets, right? And they look like they look so nice. They look so nice. They look so cute, you know? It's like, wow, this is what the streets look like. Why? Okay, can you just make the picture bigger, Google? What happened to the good days when the picture just got bigger and I didn't just come up with? Give me a big. Can I get a big version? How do I get a big version on Google now? What the heck? Anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. The streets are so nice looking, right? You look up Japanese streets, look so nice. Look, it's so awesome, right? Look up American streets. American streets. American streets. This is not America. What is this? The most charming streets in America. You literally gotta look through this. What is this? This is New York. What is this? America's most beautiful streets. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at actual American streets, that's not what it looks like, right? American streets look like this. This is what American streets really look like. McDonald's. That's what American streets look like. You know what I'm saying? But Japanese streets are so romanticized. And I feel like that's like a lot of things with Japan, right? And obviously, a lot of it has to do with anime. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, people go to Japan thinking that Japan is just like anime, and it's like obviously not. You know, it's the same thing as like, you know, all of America isn't Family Guy. You know, it's the same kind of concept. But I feel like a lot of aspects of Japan are romanticized, and it's also just, it's like anime, right? But it's also a testament to how much Japanese people love Japan, right? And so that love and passion is translated into a lot of the art that comes over to the Western side. And so we only normally see, for the most part, the good version. Even Japanese horror films, right? Even Japanese horror films that are meant to scare the living shit out of you, which, and I don't do horror very well, so I don't really watch a lot of them. But Japanese horror films are revered and very well known. And it's really crazy because I even have a video, literally, of Japanese streets behind me. That's what's playing behind me. I know you guys can't really see, but that's what's playing behind me. And so it's like, we see these versions of Japan that are very romanticized because of their art, because they love the country. So we see it through a very selective lens. And when we go to Japan, that's what we expect, you know? But it's like any society, any country, it's gonna have its downs, you know. No place is perfect.
A game show in which around 100 willing participants battled their way through increasingly sinister obstacles in order to.
But without Takeshi's Castle, we would not have Fall Guys. And what the heck would streamers be doing right now if we didn't have Fall Guys? I know Pyrocynical wouldn't be doing shit.
Take the castle and beat Takeshi himself. It was ludicrously hard. In 133 episodes, only 8 contestants ever actually took the castle and won the grand prize of £1,000,000 yen. A grand prize.
Only 8 contestants ever won Takeshi's Castle? Personally, I didn't even know that any of them won because I've never seen it. No, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That wasn't really so grand when you converted it into dollars and pounds, especially given the questionable scenarios the contestants had put themselves through.
1,000,000 yen.
The winnings probably wouldn't
cover $8,000
health insurance claims. Nevertheless, I've given many reasons over the years as to why I moved to Japan.
So okay, so in Japan, when you become a millionaire, is it considered a yen-yenaire? When you actually have $1 million? If you have like $1,000,000 yen, it's not really a million. Or is it? Are you still a millionaire? Hold on. Are you still a millionaire if you have $1,000,000 yen? If it's only like $8,000? Hold on. Are you still a millionaire if it's in yen? What is considered a millionaire in Japan? Those numbers are an annual income of at least 30 million yen, roughly 200,000 USD, and a total net worth of at least 1 million yen, roughly 900,000 USD. So that's what is considered rich at the high end of Japan. Wait. So if you're a millionaire in Japan, you're not really a millionaire? I'm confused. That's I feel like that's my American talking right now. Oh my god. What the heck? I never thought about that. It's like, yeah, I have 1,000,000 yen. Oh, so you're a millionaire? Oh, but it's only like 900,000 USD. so you're not a millionaire. That's crazy. Anyways.
Cultural exchange, learning a language, becoming an English teacher. But it was all a lie. The real reason was just wanted to be on Takeshi's Castle. So you can probably imagine my horror and despair when I started working as an English teacher. My students asked me one day, Chris Sensei, what's your favourite Japanese TV show? And I thought, yes, this is my chance to show off, to show that I've actually watched a Japanese TV show. So I sort of said, well, I like to watch Takeshi's Castle. Yeah, Takeshi's Castle. Yeah. No, I was met with a deafening silence because none of my 16-year-old students had seen it, apart from my 50-year-old colleague who fondly remembered it and gave a nostalgic grin, because it turns out Takeshi's Castle finished broadcasting in 1989, 1 year before I was even born. The truth is that outlandish, wacky game shows that most people know about are very few and far between, spectacularly rare and difficult to find. People often ask me, oh, you must watch that show, Candy or Not Candy, the one where people walk into a room and start eating random objects to see if it's candy or not. You must have seen the guys.
That's crazy because that's like the giant fad that we're having right now, right? It's like, is it cake? You know what I mean? I know Netflix literally just made a show, like, is it cake or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're literally getting that phase now, but apparently this is like shows that are from the 80s in Japan?
Stuff a shoe into his mouth, or the lady munch on a delicious, tasty table. And of course I have. It's ingenious, it's glorious, and it's also a half-hour segment from a TV show broadcast 6 years ago. It's not an ongoing series, although it definitely should be. It's just a funny thing that happened once in 2014, and it's been repeated so much that people think this is what Japanese TV looks like. So far we've heard what Japanese TV isn't, we've heard the expectations, but what is the reality? What is it actually like, and why do I avoid going on it? Imagine if you were to switch your TV on right now, outside of Japan. What would you expect to find? Drama, tension, suspense, I'm right, you're not. Views, debates, conflict. It's what we crave in the West. We want to be angry, we want to be uncomfortable. Fucking donkey. It's not Gordon Ramsay's fun kitchen, it's Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmare. Everyone's a winner factor, it's called the X Factor, and you haven't got it. Ha ha ha. Terrible. But then again, he doesn't exactly have it either. We want cretins, we want sycophants, we want monsters. We love it, and we watch it over and over and over. Now imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, switch on the TV, and everyone is exceptionally happy. There's no criticism, there's no negativity, just everyone is happy and positive in an almost uncomfortably utopian manner. Imagine an episode of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, where he walks into a restaurant, is sat before a dish, and instead of saying the usual phrases like, it looks like a dog's been sick, where's the mint sauce? Imagine if instead he just said, wow, that's delicious.
No, okay. That shit would actually freak me out because I'll tell you guys one thing. Okay, here's a question for you guys, right? Here's a question for you. Here's a question for chat right now, and if you're watching this on YouTube later, here's a question. Let me know in the comments down below, right? If you were sitting at a restaurant, right, you and your girl having a great night, have a great dinner, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going right, you know what I'm saying? The wine is tasting amazing, you know what I'm saying? The lights and the moods are just right, you know? And like just right as you're about to take a bite of this like steak, right? As meat, this like meat, this meaty meat in like side salad or some shit, right? As you're about to take a bite, Gordon Ramsay and a whole camera crew just walks in. Are you still finna eat that steak or no? Are you gonna eat that steak or no? Because I know me. If I saw Gordon Ramsay and a whole camera crew walk into the restaurant I was eating, I'd be like, babe, we gotta go. Put the fucking, hey. I'd be like, babe, put the fucking meat down. We gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, put your fork down. We out. Babe.
Oh, amazing. Wow, it's so good.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not staying. I'm not staying. Unless you go and Ramsay walk in there with the camera crew, we out. She'd be like, but babe, it tastes good. And if she told me it tastes good, we're breaking up. I'm done. Cause I'm not finna let Gordon Ramsay tell me not only is the food that I'm eating trash, but the person I'm dating has trash taste. Cause if you think the steak is good in a restaurant that Gordon Ramsay and a whole camera crew just walked in, that means your taste is horrible. And if you like me, I'm not even talking about it. I'm not even talking about it. Anyways.
It's delicious. Wow. As a one-off, it might be acceptable. But imagine if he then did that not once or twice, but every single time, in every single episode. Wow, it's delicious, amazing. No other constructive criticism, no other comments, just blind, superficially positive statements repeated over and over and over as if someone was threatening him secretly off screen to act that way. And that is what Japanese TV is like. And for once, I am not exaggerating.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy and a little bit annoying. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, it could be my American talking right now, but that is kind of annoying. Honestly, Gordon Ramsay do be going hard on people when he's talking about their food and stuff. But you got to think about it, right? I always think it's funny as fuck whenever Gordon Ramsay comes into a restaurant, tells them the food is shite, right? And then the chef is like, my food is not bad. I've been cooking for 70 years and my mom loves my cooking. It's like, bro, your mom hasn't had a tongue since 89, my boy. Your mom ain't had a tongue since 89. She can't taste for nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And your little brother, who also thinks who likes your food, has COVID-19, bro. He ain't been able to taste since 2020, bro. Your food is trash. You know what I'm saying? If Gordon Ramsay comes into your restaurant and you're a chef there, you're bad at cooking. I hate to break it to you, but that's facts, bro. That's so much spaghetti.
It has a very fake, dumbed-down feel to it, where presenters are forced to display a disturbingly theatrical enthusiasm towards the most utterly mundane things. Now, yesterday I did something unspeakable. I sat down, actually watched some Japanese television, and I did my own meticulous scientific experiment, just like Korewa Pendes, where I went through some programs to see if there were any key traits or attributes that they all had. And I boiled it down to 4 points, and the 4 points are: number one.
Before he gets into these points, I do want to say something before I forget, though. I'm just gonna take it like a little observation. So we're talking about how Japanese television is so dumbed down, and it's almost like taboo to have like negativity, like onto Japanese television. But that could be one of the main reasons why, like, Japanese horror and stuff like that is so good, right? Because it's like literally like a full rebellion against like what they've been like spoon fed their whole life, right? So it's like, obviously, growing up in Japan, I have no say, like, not say, like, I just don't know what it's like growing up in Japan. I can't speak on that, but I can say growing up as someone who was like literally forced to like go to church, which are like a lot of people in like the Bible Belt and a lot of people in America, period. The lifestyle that I have now can be compared to like a complete rebellion to what I was like taught was right, taught was, what I was supposed to do, right? So I can only draw the conclusion that something similar would happen in Japanese culture, where if their television and like they're one of their main sources of entertainment, especially before the internet, especially before Netflix, was so super crazy, unrealistically positive, that it would only be natural for some people to like reject that or to like want to flip that around. You know what I mean? I think it's a pretty good insight.
One,
what do you guys
every
think?
show requires hyperbolic language, where everything is sugoi, meaning incredible, or oishi, meaning delicious, or in some cases, umai, which means really delicious. Number two, you need lots of canned sound effects. Every action on screen must be accompanied by some sort of comical cartoon sound effect. The sound.
Okay, I will say though, but the text sound effects in Japanese television do be hitting. Like when like that, it's like, I would do that. That's hard. I like that.
The sound you hear the most though is hey, which kind of means like what? The sound is so ubiquitous that it's actually put in post-production. They'll have a studio sound of all the audience going hey. Stage 3, the entire screen needs to be drenched from top to bottom in text. And finally, of course, is stage 4, the infamous reaction box where an enthusiastic presenter is forced to look on and deliver a relentless positive appraisal of everything happening on screen.
Wait a second. Text everywhere on screen. Super exaggerated sound effects. Reactor in a box. Yo. Is Japanese TV just Twitch streams? Dude, I think we just cracked the code, you guys. There's text everywhere, like chat, right? There's a super dramatic sound effects like my subs and my follow alerts. Everything's hyper positive and the reactions are over dramatized, like XQC. And there's a reactor in a box? In a box? You guys, I think I'm Japanese television. Yeah. Enough. But for real though.
And to give you a quick example of all those things combined, let's now do a horrifying simulation of what the Abroad in Japan channel would look like if it were on Japanese television. こんにちは皆さん、Abroad in Japan へようこそ。今日はですね、このポテトチップス食べたいと思います。超美味しそう。でも味はね、ちょっと変な味だけど、なんか塩漬け卵の味。おかしい。でもよし、行くぜ。美味しそうね。結構いい匂いな。じゃあいただきます。すごい。
Bro, I'm gonna be the little reactor. I'm gonna be the little reactor for him. Hold on. He took it away for a second, but I'm gonna be the reactor guy in the TV. I guess. Make it a little smaller. There you go. Put it right there. Boom. There it is. There it is. Now it's actually Japanese television.
本当にびっくり。超うめえ。超うめえこのポテトチップス。今までこんなうまい。
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta zoom in a little bit, right? Let's see. Properties. Configure vid. Zoom. There it goes. Boom, there it is. Okay, here we go.
ポテトチップス食べたことない。すごい。さすがカルビ。さすがカルビ。
Oh, he put it back. Now we're both reacting.
すごい。
Sugoi.
Yeah, again, they taste dreadful. It should be illegal.
There it goes. That's how it should be, right? I think we cracked the code, you guys. Actually, Loki kind of like the camera like this, though. Alright, let's make it a little bigger. Bring this bad boy back down. Bing bonk. That's fun. Did you guys have fun? I thought that was pretty funny. Yo, wait. I kind of like this. I kind of like this angle, dude. Hold on. The properties. So let's get back to the properties, dude. Oh, wait. Did I fix it? I fucked it up. Unlock the main cam. Flip horizontally. Bing bonk. Oh, wait. I fucked it up. I fucked it. Hold on. Flip horizontally. Bing bong. Okay. Sklink. Okay. Then we go to properties. Configure vig. Take that zoom out a little bit. No, zoom out, dude. Zoom out, dude. My brother in Christ. Oh my God. My brother in Christ. Please zoom out, dude. Okay, we're not zooming out or what? What's going on with this? Cancel. Alright, but I think I fixed it. I can never tell if this is like even or not. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
It should be a crime to brand something as salted when it actually tastes sweet. I can't be doing with that. But congratulations guys, you've just watched every Japanese TV show about food ever. Well done. Now you know the kind of performance and sheer excitement required to go on Japanese TV. You can probably realise why I don't enjoy doing it very much, which takes us through to my own awkward experiences. The first time I featured on Japanese TV was during the Brexit vote in 2016, when a local TV station wanted to interview a British person and get an expert opinion on what was happening, basically. An interview twice, once on the day of the vote and once on the day of the results. The TV crew came over, and after discovering that I was a YouTuber, for some reason they wanted me to hold a camera in the frame, just randomly in the apartment, because that's, you know, that's what YouTubers do, isn't it? Apparently. And they also wanted me to pull a face while I was doing it. The end result was I ended up looking like a fucking murderer.
Oh my god.
I was then asked if I
he looks like the dude from You, like the stalker dude from You. He's like, I will find you.
Brexit would actually happen, to which I said, no, of course it won't. Never in 1,000 years. The bonds are too strong economically between the UK and the European Union. And economic benefits aside, there was also the bond of mutual respect, a bond that was quite simply unbreakable. Anyway, the next day we left the EU, and the TV crew came round again. Now, I was a bit disappointed by the results and surprised above all. But the TV crew really
get the
wanted me to
forearms. You guys see the
exaggerate my
forearm
reaction
definition?
As if the world itself
gotta get
was
that
coming
shit.
to an end. I was asked to glare at the laptop screen, clasping my mouth in shock, biting my fingers in despair as I nursed a mournful expression. And naturally, because I'm a YouTuber, I was forced to do it all with the camera stuck next to me.
Yeah, I
on
noticed
the
that.
desk.
I noticed that they had it like an edited video in the background. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we left the EU," and it's like a friggin', it's like Adobe Premiere in the back. Oh my god, I can't believe we done this, and it's just fucking Adobe Premiere in the back.
All the while,
Lols.
you know, just like I always do. I don't know how I've got so far into a video without not having a camera in shot. What's going on? Anyway, despite the experience of looking like a murderer on Japanese TV though, 1 year later, when one of the country's biggest TV channels reached out to me and asked me to feature on a show eating the local cuisine of North Japan, I of course said yes and jumped at the chance and the prospect of fame and glory beyond my...
I'm not gonna lie though, he's talking a lot of smack about Japanese television, but like the format that he, the format that he was talking about is actually kind of funny, and I feel like implemented in a YouTube video, people would get it. And it would be kind of a funny format, right? I may actually implement it eventually in some YouTube videos that I do personally because I think it's kind of funny and kind of cool. But also, I too would jump at the chance to be on Japanese television. Period.
My wildest dreams. Best of all, it was all filmed in English, so I thought I could be myself a bit more. This also meant the entire show had a chillingly robotic English voiceover.
Japan, a land of 4 seasons and bountiful nature.
Oh, fuck yeah, bountiful nature, bring it on.
Bountiful
Now, I thought I'd be
nature,
eating
baby.
something good, like pork or fish or
Yo,
a chicken
shouts
bowl
out to
of
Bountiful
ramen, which
Nature,
the
you
region is
heard?
famous for. Instead, however, it turned out I'd be eating nothing but vegetables. Clearly, they hired the wrong guy for the job, as I was quickly handed an assortment of pickles and told to give a big happy face and reaction as I ate them, which I then inevitably failed to do. Very nice. In a desperate attempt to elicit some kind of performance though, they secretly, sneakily drenched some of the pickles in this extremely spicy mustard. And then rather than pretending to enjoy the experience, I had to actively hide the fact that I was in pain.
Oh my god. It's quite spicy. Spicy
They're like British person being happy.
In reality, I wanted to say, holy fuck, it tastes like someone's put a flamethrower in my mouth. But instead, I had to sit there and go, oh, it's delicious. It's amazing. Bountiful nature.
Bountiful nature.
Oh.
Absolute bloody torture. But the worst scene was on a farm where I had to eat some edamame soybeans in front of the kind elderly farmer who'd so painstakingly cultivated them, only for me to turn up and fail to show them the appreciation they so sorely deserved. Now, odds are, if you've been to a Japanese restaurant, you'll have had edamame soybeans at some point. And
Yeah.
they're very nice. They're a
Very
great
good.
starter or a
'Cause they're
great side
seasoned.
dish. You can't beat it. But the variety of edamame that I was trying on screen were actually called dodachimame. which
Dodachimame.
are- Well, just edamame with a different name. There's
Dodachimame.
no literal difference. However, for 40 minutes we stood in the field as I had to painstakingly describe the difference between edamame and dodachimame, even though there was no difference whatsoever. I had to make it up, and I could not do it. Over and over, about 15 times, the producers tried to put words in my mouth and try and get me to see the difference that wasn't there. Like, to give you some example, imagine you took a crisp, right? You split it in half. I ask you to eat this one, and then I ask you to eat this one, and then compare the difference on camera for 40 minutes in a field on a hot summer's day. And I just couldn't do it. And throughout the whole ludicrous situation, the nice, kind, elderly woman just stood there bemused, wondering what the hell was going on. In the end, they just gave up and turned the entire 40-minute ordeal into a 10-second sequence.
Which is kind of crazy because what he just described is literally art. Right? So a lot of big art. If you guys didn't already know this, maybe you guys already know this. You know, sometimes, you know, there are a lot of art. Don't get me wrong. I love art. I love museums. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good stuff. There's a lot of great stuff in art. There are a lot of great painters, a lot of great artists. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl just went to the MoMA like 2 months ago in New York. Great experience. I love art. I love going to museums. But sometimes when you talk about art, you do have to do a little bit of BSing. You know what I'm saying? Great artists who could talk about their art. It's a sprinkle of BS. A sprinkle. It's a spice. It's a spice. Literally. It's really a spice. You know, it's like a dish. You know, the dish could taste good without it, but it could taste great with a little bit of BS sprinkled around on top. You know. So in this situation, if it was me, I definitely would have BS'd a little bit, and I probably could have done it because I can talk about art. You know what I mean? I can talk about art because it's like you get to like that snooty level of art. You know, people go to the people like walking around like this. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Well, Susan, this oil painting is quite divine. It's like, oh yes, well yes, Jimothy. Well, you see, this acrylic art oil painting was hand drawn by the artist during a very depressive stage in their life, and during that time, they were actually able to resurrect a feeling that they had not felt since childhood. An inspiration brought to them from a muse above, like a cherry blossom floating through the wind, and once catching the petal, setting right on their nose, was able to spark the creative piece that we see here today. And then bang, $40 million, baby. You know what I'm saying? Easy clap. Put me on Japanese television.
Quietly and awkwardly faded me out while I was still speaking.
The difference here is it's kind of juicier.
The secret of these delicious
My boy
beans
slacking.
is in the seeds.
6 months after my disastrous performance reviewing soybeans and pickles, I found myself on Japan's biggest morning show, Mezamashi Terebi, after the universally beloved YouTuber Logan Paul came to Japan for a few days.
Bro, he really did do this. He really did just come to Japan and try to be the most obnoxious, like, American stereotype possible. I feel like it worked.
Left a trail of destruction that included filming a corpse of a recently deceased individual and throwing Pokemon balls at Japanese police officers. You know, like you do. As both a YouTuber and a foreigner living in Japan, I was summoned to deliver a scathing verdict and seemingly defend every foreign YouTuber in the world ever. The TV crew came to my apartment, sat on the floor, and I repeated the phrase, "I am shocked and angry," about 4 times before they went back on the train to Tokyo. But I was pretty angry, really angry. And of course, because I'm a YouTuber, I had to set up...
Yo, tell me why this dude's Luminex camera gets more screen time on Japanese TV than he has, bro. You see? That camera's shining, bro. Luminex is loving it, too. They're getting free ads. They're like, let's go. They're like, sir, our sales are up 0.5% in Japan. I don't know why. This is why. This is exactly why.
Up my camera in the background again, because that's what YouTubers do. But despite the serious subject nature, it all had a bit of a wacky vibe to it when the presenter knocked on my front door and insisted on doing this.
Are you YouTuber?
I am. Chris Broad. To this day, it remains the greatest thing anyone's ever said to me when I've opened my front door. So at this point, you might be wondering, why is Japanese TV this way? And ironically, the reason TV's so bad is also the same reason living in Japan is so good. It's no secret that Japan is one of the most polite cultures on earth, where people are very reserved and appreciative for things and food and people around them. What you're seeing on screen is essentially a reflection of everyday life in Japan that's been grossly exaggerated. And as much as I would love for Gordon Ramsay to do a season of Kitchen Nightmares in Japan, it's simply an equation that just doesn't work. If Gordon Ramsay walked into a restaurant here and went, "Oh, it's disgusting, it's like a donkey's been sick," it just wouldn't go down well. It would be incredibly rude, the chef would be mortified and humiliated, there'd probably be some sort of unpleasant altercation, but viewers would just feel deeply uncomfortable as opposed to feeling entertained. You might be thinking at this point, oh, you just don't get it because you're foreign.
Also, I feel like there are not that, and this could be my American talking again, and like I was talking about before, the romanticization of Japan, but I feel like there's also not that many fucking bad restaurants in Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Because like people in Japan, like they care about their crafts so much. You know, that's like they actually train and like care about that shit. Well, in America, I could get hired as a chef at like a dive bar, right? And just make dookie food every day. And Gordon Ramsay come rub me a new one, you know. But in Japan, you go to a sushi restaurant. First of all, Gordon Ramsay hits a sushi restaurant. I don't think he would find one. He would be like, "Dang, this is trash." He'd probably just find ones that were better, but not ones that was like dookie, you know. So yeah, definitely Kitchen Nightmares Japan would not work.
Right, and that might be fair enough. To come from Western television to Japanese television is a jarring transition. However, a recent study showed even 18 to 29-year-olds in Japan are losing interest in TV. 12% don't watch TV at all anymore in favour of streaming platforms and video games.
Yep, see, that's what we're talking about.
And that is a trend that's been increasing over the years. And while I'll continue to avoid watching it, except for as a background noise on long, lonely nights in hotel rooms, even I have to admit, Japan just wouldn't be Japan without it.
And that is true too. That's one thing I will say is that the only time I do watch television is when I'm at a hotel. That's in the background. It's literally just in the background. Like this weekend, like I told you guys, I'm about to go to anime convention this coming up weekend, right? And 9 out of 10, we gonna have the TV on for no reason. I know we used to. It's like a joke, a little inside joke that me and my like room group used to have is that I only used to watch football because I don't like sports. You know what I'm saying? I don't like sports. Period. I'm not a sports guy. Don't talk to me about sports unless you put an E in front of it. You know, but we used to joke about like the only time that I would watch basketball is when we were at anime conventions because it would just be on the TV and like I would just leave it on while I was like looking at the new figure I just bought at the dealer's room or something, you know?
It is so otherworldly in its presentation, and you've got to see it at least once or twice if you come here. Like, put it on, check it out. It's a cultural experience unto itself.
This is a pen.
So what do you reckon? Am I exaggerating? Is Japanese TV really as bad as I've made out? Let me know in the comments below. But that's it for now though. For more behind the scenes content, check out the Abroad Japan Patreon. But as always guys, many thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And now it's time to tune into my new favourite TV show. It's just starting.
That was a good ass video.